When you tell people that you've decoded this reality, the first thing people would say probably is, that's insane, that's crazy, that's impossible. Well, after you spend 13 years every day of your life thinking about it, meditating on it, rightly dividing it, splitting it down the middle, it's not been about pleasure, it's been about seeking the truth, So I could understand it from their perspective, because most people just think about pleasure. It's all about fun and pleasure and got to do this and go here, go to the mountains, go to the beach, plan their next trip. But the whole time they're miserable in their circuit, their job or whatever. I'll tell you, the end game of this reality is the worship service to God. That's the end result, is worshiping God. Now, does God want you to be happy down here? Or, it just all depends. The first thing he wants you to do is seek him, find him. The reason I'm walking to this restaurant is because I wanted to talk. I could have drove my car, but I just didn't want to have a short video because it's kind of deep. So in order to break down this reality, you have to use the Bible, right? Now you say, well, how is the Bible connected to this car or this street or that house or whatever? It's all connected. It has to be connected. I really need to tie my shoes tighter because it's kind of loose. I should have walked a little bit before I started talking. I got black pants on, so the heat I'm collecting heat awful fast. See all the rocks in this concrete? The pieces make the hull. I made 2 mistakes walking. I didn't tie my shoes tight, and I didn't drink any water before I headed this way. I'm gonna go over here and tie my shoes. I know nobody's living there right now. I have got to tie my shoes before I... Okay. So, when you first get involved in the 5013C church, there's an undertone that you've got the Bible, and then you got reality. You got reality out here. Now, some people connect the two, and in certain ways they connect the two about love your neighbor as yourself and stuff like that. But they never connect the data points to the fact that you're in the Bible. In certain areas, they connect the data points. The 10 Commandments, thou shalt not steal, and all that stuff. But they don't take it deeper. if there's certain rules that apply across the board, across every age, and it was written in the Bible, that means you're still in it. But they only take partiality, you know. 10 Commandments. They'll even say you're in the age of grace and not under law, which is great because they're starting to see that it applies today here. But when you actually realize even this tree limb, it's all Bible. The script, your script. You might say, well, how did you decode it? I decoded it. God started, He opened my eyes, for one. And then after He opened my eyes, I started looking around me, and the way and how He opened my eyes, He gave me the holographic perspective. So these caution deal, they're orange and red, right? Orange, red, an orange color, right? And so he just started to, he showed me the holographic perspective. It is hot out here, people. I just woke up, thirsty. It's burning up. Got put some black pants on. Shouldn't have. Should have put some light color pants. But you can see they talk about the average person says, okay, we're in the age of grace. Okay, so we're in the age of grace. The Bible talks about the age of grace, but it also talks about the tribulation period and the millennium. So if we're in the age of grace and the Bible has the future written out, how can you disconnect the Bible from your every moment of everyday walk? Like right now, I'm walking. My legs are crossing. So the word cross is there and the word walk is there because I'm walking the way. Jesus is the way. The good thing about walking, if you just start walking, it'll change your life, is because you're actually typifying what this life's about. Walking the way, you know. I'm walking the way to the store. And walking's good for you. Back to what I was saying. You can't disconnect 3D experience from the Bible. And so when I started taking the words and following the words back, I didn't know where I was going or what I was doing, but I took and I wanted to hit source. So I don't know why I was doing this. God was leading me, I guess. I would take the word all the way back to its source. In every word that I took back to the source, the etymology of the word, where it came from, and I also was breaking words into parts at the same time. Because the etymology does that, it breaks words into parts. But I even actually broke words down to their letters. And each letter has a meaning, you know. A is a blood, B is a house, C is agape. The gospel, really. A rich man chasing a poor man down to give him charity. Charity is agape love. D is the door, E is spirit, F is man's number, G is it is finished, Golgotha. H is eternal, 8, the number 8. So anyway, I broke down the alphabet all the way. N is the snake. M is water, O is the womb, P is the seed, Q is the birthing, the new birth. The prophecy of the seed, her seed shall bruise his head. So Q, R is royalty, S integration, T is the cross, U is E.W.E, D is cutting you back in to W, body double, W, body double, double of you. X, take up your cross, because you're seated in the heavenlies and your body doubles down here walking it out. Y is the U on the pole, so you rise up from a U to a risen state. That's why it's the letter Y. It's pointing up. Z is a boomerang. Alpha and Omega, it always goes back to the beginning. This was a mistake. It's just too hot. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on. I'm just not feeling good. I hope I'm not having a heat stroke. So the cares of this life kind of distract you from meditating on the truth. And so everybody's all caught up and bent out of shape and worried about the cares of this life when it's all just a repeat. So as I decoded the words back to source, I came to four root words: cut, turn, union, and flow. So my legs are crossing as that's the word cross is cut. I'm turning over thoughts in my mind. I'm in union with the concrete. I'm flowing. I'm cutting a path. I'm turning over in my mind my destiny. I'm in union with the path. And I'm in the flow. And the flow is the blood. Cut is cross. Turn is verse. Verses in the Bible, right? Everything is a storyline, by the way. It's all a story. The blood has to flow, so the flow is the blood. Life is in the blood. Your blood has to flow in your body or you die. The current has to flow between the rivers, and else the water becomes stagnated. Between the bank, the water, the river has to flow between the banks. The currency has to flow between the bankers, else it's stagnated. So once I hit source code, cut, turn, union, flow, I realized I took objects like cars and buildings, and I took everything that I could and broke it down to its lowest denominator, and I saw, well, everything is cut, turn, union, flow. And those words go back to the Bible, so it's a fractal hologram. It's a worship service. And what has been shall be, what shall be has been. Everything is the now. It's already provided for you before the foundation of the world, before the problem appeared. The solution was already there. So you're either going to worship the flesh or you're going to worship God. You're either going to worship creation or you're going to worship God, one of the two.